Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's our visiting team and our home team. On the visiting sideline, their head coach. His team is 500, 2-2 through the first 4 games of the season. His counterpart on the other side, the coach of the home team. His team looking for a spark, hoping their fans will give it to them here at home. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson set to get this one started. And off we go from the Windy City. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the quarterback now in his 4th NFL campaign.
So you take a look at last week's game, Mike, and you certainly wouldn't say that he played poorly. I mean, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. That's a clean slate. And when you talk to his coaches, they said they haven't seen him this motivated to bounce back after a loss in his entire career. So he's had a great week of practice. He's really challenging the guys around him to elevate their standard. And if it's any indication of how today is going to go, I think we're in for a treat.
They will not get this one off. It'll be a delay of game. Now they'll set up to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Here's the Chicago offense taking the field for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
It's always such a bittersweet feeling anytime you have a good individual game, but it comes in a loss. You don't quite get to enjoy it as much as you would if it came with a team victory. So as the quarterback, as the leader, he needs to keep his standard of excellence at the same level and start bringing some other guys along with him, because it's going to take a team effort if they're going to have a chance to get in the victory column here today.
And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one. First down, Chicago.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. Nice job there making that happen.
And he's out of bounds down inside the 35. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's a run of the gut. And he's able to push through the tacklers to pick up 6. So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 4. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain. They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. And that is incomplete.
So in these third and short, third and mediums, we're kind of seeing teams around the league might kind of start shifting to more of a run-down philosophy where they say, okay, even if we don't pick it up, we still have fourth down. So many teams around the league are playing with that philosophy. In this case, they keep it in the air, falls incomplete, just brings up a challenging fourth down decision. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense ready to get going with their second possession. Greg, I love the evolution of the NFL. Every 3-4 years feels like things change a little bit. Right now it feels like we're in a running back, running game era. Does that make sense to you?
Absolutely. And the league has such a funny way of continuing to reinvent itself. Years ago, 15, 20 years ago, Mike, this was a running back-led league. It was play action. Quarterbacks were under center. And then what offenses realized was the best way to score points is to generate explosive plays. Get a bunch of yardage all at one time because it's very hard to sustain possessions in the NFL. So as a result, they said, okay, what's the best way to generate big plays? It's to throw the ball downfield. So it became a very pass-heavy league, and then now defenses had to answer. The days of the big defensive tackles, the 260-pound Mike linebackers, everyone now on the field had to be able to defend space and defend the pass, and there was a lot more air on the field created by the defenses. So now, as a result, the offenses are saying, okay, we're throwing into all these bad looks, all these teams playing dime and multiple defensive backs. We're now going to take advantage of smaller bodies on the field, and we're going to run the ball at you. So the way I like to classify it is offenses aren't running the ball more because they want to. Offenses are running the ball more because defenses are encouraging them to do that and saying, I dare you to run the ball 40 times this game and generate enough big plays to score enough points to beat me.
To the tight end motioning left here. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. He'll drop to throw. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Back to throw. Going up top. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down. A fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. And so far, not much has gone right. They've had it twice, punted twice. Looking to sustain something here on drive number 3.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Oh, now flags come in. Looks like movement up front. And 3rd down just became a lot tougher. So after the 5 yards are walked off, they face 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. The throw here is complete. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
I think in this field position, Mike, when 4th and short, I think you got to go for it. I think there's at least a conversation going on the sideline about whether you keep your offense on the field or send out your punt unit.
A fair catch called for and made just beyond their own 15. They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
They tried to go with the quick game here in hopes they could do something with it after the catch, but I don't think everyone was necessarily on the same page, and this ends up being a wasted down.
They'll look to set up the screen here. This one going to be sniffed out, blown up in the backfield.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss. The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up fourth down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. And a nice run. Get them about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. Here comes the jet sweep. And he's going to fight forward. Didn't get a whole lot, but it's going to be enough to move the chains.
This is just another creative wrinkle that they can add to their offense to help move the chains. They don't do a ton of sweeps throughout the course of the game, but they do just enough here and there to keep the defense guessing.
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Take a look here at those receiving numbers from his game a week ago. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down. And this ball's going to be incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a 1st down.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on 3rd down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to, and certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
A gain of 4 as he's taken down. They'll stick with him again. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Here now, 3rd and 5. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. On 4th down, they'll send in the field goal unit. This will be from 47 yards. No issues there. This one is good. And his guys will tie the game at 3 apiece.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
This will be taken in at the 2. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. Now a give up the middle. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. He'll get this out to the left flat. third. They need 8. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And this ball incomplete on third down.
And the best offense on third downs, Mike, is to be really good on first and second down. This keeps teams from putting themselves in these unfavorable positions. It's part of the reason why these drives continue to stall out.
Fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Trying to start on the ground. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. His throw left side is complete. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down. Here's their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. They'll give on the ground, and he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a 1st down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect, and it falls incomplete. Back to the air once more on 2nd down. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He'll go left side here and complete this one. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
From the 31, here's 2nd down and 2. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And it doesn't appear that he got to that 1st down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down. Try to pick this one up on the ground. They will have it at the 24-yard line. That's enough for a 1st down. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now this time they'll look to throw. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete. We'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll throw out of the gun. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? To the right side here, pass is caught. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he broke through the initial contact, winds up getting about 3. It's 2nd down. Now they'll set up to throw. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete. After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. He'll try to hit him with a screen. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision. So instead of going for the 1st down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the visitors will take a 6-3 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 4. Handoff here, up the middle, and they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Put him back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. And he cannot get away. Brought down. And that sack will bring us to the 2-minute warning. On comes the punter now, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Going down the center of the field, open man, and it's taken in. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. A gain there of 20. 1st down, Chicago.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the 1st half, you can use your timeouts, you can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. They're able now to go down and come away with points. They'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
Away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff will get a chance to look him over during the break. Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs. He'll drop to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. That's a second charge timeout to Chicago. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, and it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that first down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
Now the offense will use their 3rd and final timeout, as that'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They're going to motion the tight end over here. They'll look to throw yet again. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Three for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the visitors going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
What a methodical drive to close this half out. I mean, let's not forget, Mike, they get the ball after the break as well, so they get back-to-back. They call it doubling up possessions. Last one of the first half, first one of the second half. It's a great opportunity to put some distance between you and the opponent.
So, halftime straight ahead, and we go down to Scott Hanson, who has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hanson, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you. This one still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand as our second half is about to get underway. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. The third quarter begins with a run. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They get an even 20 on that one. First down, Chicago.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. They'll look to set up the screen here. And he'll be out of bounds here, and it's only a gain of a yard. From the 24 now, here is 2nd and 8. And he's He's able to find a crease, get ahead for 7. He'll bring up 3rd down. He'll try to get this one on the ground. Oh, he didn't need much, but I don't think he got there. Going to depend on the spot, but it looks like he is short.
Well, what looked like an advantage for the offense, Mike, facing 2nd and short now, has turned into a win for the defense. Back-to-back stops for a loss. And it brings up 4th down.
No move for the field goal unit. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. And he's not going to get there. A couple of yards short. And this is going to be a turnover on downs.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
The home team's offense getting ready for their opening possession of this 2nd half. Greg, I know you're passionate about this, the change in the evolution of the NFL the last decade, the willingness to go for it even more often now on 4th down, as we've seen here.
Yeah, I think teams just continue to understand the NFL is not about yards, it's not about time of possession, it's about generating big plays, and it's about maximizing every position you have in sustaining the ball. So when you get opportunities at certain down and distances, at certain parts of the field, to use that extra down, it changes everything. And the last thing I'll say, Mike, it doesn't happen in a vacuum. We don't decide to go for it on 4th down, or at least I'll say the good teams don't decide to go for it on 4th down on 4th down. They knew they were going for it on 4th down.
No chance at all. He'll go down. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Throwing now on 3rd and long, and that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And he's going to make a fair catch just beyond his own 40-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Now, faking the give. Quick throw, taken in.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
And he'll be out of bounds. There is a flag on the field. And let's see what caused it. Back to throw. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. They'll try to sneak it here. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line for the official signal. He's got enough for the 1st down. First and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. 20-yard pickup there. 1st down, Chicago.
Pick it up, you're embarrassing us.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down. He'll try and get there on the ground. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line. No touchdowns for either side. Maybe we'll get our first here. It's first and goal. That's to the end zone, but it is incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
And he is not going to get in. Stop on the try for 2. The lead remains right where it is. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 2. Ho-ho! And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with first and 10. Shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. A gain of 21 on that pass play. First down, Chicago. Throwing now from the gun. Quick throw here is complete. And he'll be run out of bounds. That's a good gain on first down. They pick up 7 yards. They'll run on second down. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up third down. On the ground they go. Good job on the ground to pick it up. Mark it at the 38. Move those chains. First down. They'll come up here. First and 10. Now a running play. And we brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 34-yard line, here's second down and 5. Fourth quarter begins on the ground. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
A little surprising to see them keep the ball on the ground, especially given the situation, Mike. I mean, you're trailing. You haven't had a lot of success running the ball up until this point. They need chunk plays. They need to score, and they need to score fast.
That one broken up. It is incomplete. This defensive secondary, they have been really a no-fly zone all game long. It continues here and brings up fourth down. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And his guys are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 6. Now here's a keeper on his own read. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. 22 yards, the pickup there. First down, Chicago. Now a give up the middle. And they'll take this down inside the 35. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another first down. Now a run. Finding room to the 20. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down. They'll stay on the ground. And he'll take this one in. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
The decision is made. The offense will stay out there and go for 2. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points.
I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on 2-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. Good hustle by the defense. They beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen pass. Third down, we'll try to get it on the ground. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 28 as they convert on 3rd down.
So often we think 3rd down, pass. But in this case, they keep the ball on the ground, kind of flip the script a little bit, keep defenses guessing throughout the game, and it leads to a big pickup.
Look wide, gets this one complete, and he's going to be shoved out of bounds after a gain of only a couple. fake. He'll look to throw. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
Play clock nearly expires as they set up to throw. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. That's taken in, and he's not going to get away. They got him right down after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on down.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. The lead is 17 as they try to maybe pull away in this one. It is 1st and 10. Not much there. Maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Now a give on the ground. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. It's a gain of 19 in the air. 1st down, Chicago.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle 3rd of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Potentially very big call here. He'll look to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. They'll try to hit him with a screen. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, out comes the punter. And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drop. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. He's going to air this one out. He's got it! And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal. They'll look to throw yet again. Second and goal. They'll look to throw. And that's over everybody. Out of the back of the end zone. It is incomplete. They'll run the sneak. And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a two-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
The extra point is good, and his guys are able to cut the deficit to 10. This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. And he dances away from one defender on his way. Gain of 7. And now the defense is going to take their first time out. Remember, they get an extra one built in with the 2-minute warning coming up momentarily. They'll turn and hand this one off. Good running there. He's got the first down inside the 30. The defense uses its second timeout here, and don't forget, clock going to stop when we hit the 2-minute warning as well. Here's first and 10. A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring him down for a big loss. A run now on second down. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports. After this, you've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down. Changing direction there as he's able to pick up 3. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. Now Mike Tomlin going to send out the field goal unit. This a 48-yard attempt. Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the visitors will extend their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. Here is first and 10. They'll drop to throw. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. To the air now on first and 10. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up second down. They'll try to set up the screen here. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. third down. They'll set up to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And here we go. 4th and inches. He'll run, and that's not going to work. The defense comes up with a 4th down, 4th quarter stand, and forces a turnover on downs.
So this play by the middle linebacker is all about play recognition. Reminds me of a former teammate, Luke Kuechly. He knew the play before it was going to happen. Watch him. He diagnoses, he tracks the ball, and bang, makes a huge tackle, short of the yard to gain, forces the turnover on downs.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. 2nd and 11. So it's a win for our visitors. They get the victory away from home in the division. Those are so valuable. And they'll get another shot in their place next time later in the season. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.